I've always held that trust is not something to be handed out lightly. It's a treasure, carefully nurtured and fiercely protected. When I knelt before Emily to propose, I was certain our bond was the embodiment of that truth. We had shared nearly 3 years of life's highs and lows, crafting a rhythm that was uniquely ours. Her tearful acceptance, eyes sparkling with emotion, felt like the confirmation of a lifelong partner. But gradually, cracks began to form. Her phone, once casually left on the coffee table, became a constant companion in her hand. Evenings once filled with our shared laughter gave way to nights she spent with friends. The phrase "girls' night out" slipped from her lips with unsettling ease and frequency. I tried to dismiss my growing unease, chalking it up to her demanding job or a need for space. That all changed one Thursday evening. She announced plans to meet up with old college friends, describing it as just a few drinks and nostalgic chatter. With a fleeting kiss, she hurried upstairs, avoiding my gaze in a way that pricked my instincts. She thought I was tied up with work, but after a long meeting downtown, my phone buzzed with a message from Matt, the boyfriend of one of Emily's closest friends. His words carried a hesitant warning. The group wasn't where they'd claimed to be, and someone had spotted them heading toward the waterfront parking lot. My heart raced, pounding in my chest. I tried to convince myself it was nothing, but a gnawing certainty told me I wouldn't rest until I saw for myself. 15 minutes later, I pulled into the marina's parking lot, scanning for her car. Then I saw it. My old pickup truck, sold 6 months earlier, now parked in a shadowy corner. Confusion hit me before I even got close. And then, the scene unfolded before my eyes. Emily stepped out of the truck, adjusting her clothes, her hair slightly mussed. Jason leaned casually against the vehicle's frame. My stomach twisted with a sickening lurch. Jason, my ex's former boyfriend, whom Emily had assured me years ago was no cause for concern. For a moment they didn't notice me. I stood under the dim glow of a street lamp, every shred of security draining from my body. Emily's smile faltered, her eyes widening in shock. Jason's face bore a smug smirk. I didn't shout. I didn't demand answers. Instead, I walked toward them, calm, perhaps too calm. "Nice truck," I said, my voice steady and cold. "Looks familiar." Emily froze, her hands clutching her purse tightly. Jason played innocent, claiming they were just catching up as old friends. "Friends?" I repeated, my tone flat. At 10:30 at night, alone in the back of a parked truck. Emily suggested we move somewhere to talk, but I stood my ground. In that moment, I realized this wasn't a one-time mistake. The evasiveness, the hidden nights, the guarded attitude, it was a pattern. "I'm not going anywhere," I said firmly. "If you have something to say it here." Jason leaned against the truck again, trying to provoke me. "This doesn't just happen with someone else's fiancé," I said quietly. "It happens because both people choose it." Emily's voice broke as she spoke. "Ryan, please. I messed up." I cut her off. "We both know exactly what this is." Silence fell, heavy, broken only by the soft lapping of water against the pier, as if mocking the weight of the moment. I could have erupted, but I held back. Turning to Jason, I said, "Keep the truck. Seems like it suits you better anyway." Then, facing Emily, I mentioned the engagement ring. She slipped it off and placed it in my open hand. No more words passed between us. I walked away, each step heavy but strangely freeing. The drive home felt like moving through a fog. Every late-night excuse, every sudden change of plans, every question dodged, they all replayed in my mind. It wasn't burning rage I felt, but something colder, sharper, clearer. I didn't call her. I didn't text. By morning, I had packed her things into boxes and set them by the front door. When her desperate knocks came, I opened the door just enough to meet her eyes. "No need for explanations," I said. "You lied. You broke our promise. And with him of all people." She whispered, "It's not what you think," but I didn't respond. I stepped aside, letting her see the boxes. "Everything you own is in there. Take it and go." She collected her things, murmuring softly, and left without protest. In the weeks that followed, I threw myself into work, exercise, anything to scrub her presence from my life. Then a mutual friend sent me a Facebook post. It showed Emily with Jason, captioned, "Finally where I'm meant to be," with a red heart emoji. I didn't react. Instead, I posted a photo of my new truck, bought with cash. The caption was simple. Upgrades all around. Not revenge, just truth. Months later, I heard Jason had sold my old truck, and Emily had moved on again. It didn't matter to me. I was already building a life where my value didn't hinge on someone else's loyalty. The man who would have given everything for her was gone, and he wasn't coming back.